All right, so moving on from the events, we'll continue the communication strategy. Go ahead and hand it over to Mr. Staples.
So when I came to y'all in August, I spoke with you. Most difficult things for me as the manager is being able to timely communicate with all of you effectively. So some of the ways I want to address that is twofold. One, I would like to get town emails for every single one of you, official town emails, and this serves multiple purposes, but first and foremost, your private use of an email creates a FOIA issue for us on the backside. And what I mean by that is when the town clerk is questioned about a communication, we don't have immediate access to those things. So having a town email will make that a single point of contact that I can easily do when a FOIA is requested of that. The second thing is utilizing personal devices makes you vulnerable to discovery. And what I mean by that is your personal phone that you're using for communication for town business becomes an issue for a FOIA as well. Oh, well, they texted, da, 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 da. So to make a long story short, I would like to explore both of those options. I have done some cost analysis on that to be able to provide phones and emails to all of you, and that way the communication, I'll use this as an example. Something is going on in town, I'd rather you didn't hear about it on the news or through the rumor mill before you hear about it from me. So my ability to text you all in one fell swoop and give that message to you all at one time. You can go direct with me, but I ask that you not respond on that thread because that will be a sunshine violation. Everything that you all do as a board in business needs to be done in the sunshine, meaning in these public meetings. So it will create a situation where we can certainly say that never happens, this is what it is, this is how it works. And I know that you all got the message from me instead of hearing about it on the news or through the Rogersville Review or somewhere else, and you go, hey, why didn't the manager tell me about this? So this will allow me to communicate more effectively with you all, and you all to communicate more effectively with me. You may have a citizen approach you about a issue while you're out in the community. You can immediately drop it to me, and I can immediately take action on it. So that's the helpful part of that. The estimated cost for emails for all 6 of you, because the mayor already has a town email, would be $336, and then the option A or B of the phone would be option A is $2,519 a year or $2,939 a year. Now, that phone will allow you to get your town email on it as well. So I'm sure that when you're sent a packet or an agenda packet or those things, you get it for sure, instead of, I know that you've had some problems with your personal email getting the packets and things like that. This should take all of that away. The second part of that is when we get into the website discussion, there will be a portal that will be added for the elected officials to be able to go there and retrieve communications. So if you have a resolution you want to do, you'll have a form that you can submit the resolution that way. If you want to pull up the agenda, you can pull up the agenda. If you want to pull the minutes from the last meeting, you can pull the minutes. So those are some of the things that I'm trying to get so it becomes much more efficient for you when you're doing research. So, are there any questions?
Yes, what's the difference between a phone or a tablet? When we get our package, it'd be easier to read through it. A phone's hard to read.
The tablet goes up to about $4,000 to $5,000 a year in cost for the purchase side and maintenance and upkeep. And I believe I spoke to the mayor about this because he asked me that same question when I was talking about it. And the tablet's more expensive, and they're more expensive.
What's that called? Price on the phone, 2,000?
It's like $2,939 for the most recent iPhone
So
version.
how many phones?
6, because there's one already for the mayor.
And it costs us 2,000 some dollars?
It would, a year, $2,939 a year is what that would cost. Both options would be $34.99 per month. That's not very much for being able to immediately communicate with you all during, we have a snowstorm coming in, we've had a bad fire that's spread to multiple houses, we've had hurricane blow through and flood some areas. Those are things, and we can learn from our neighbors to the south. That's one of my biggest fears, is not being able to communicate with you all during an emergency.
Could we still use that email on our tablet just to read the pamphlets, our monthly, book that we get every month to read? Can we still get it on our tablets, blow it up so we can read it?
If it's an email, you can pull it up on any device you have.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be able to pull it up on any device. You can pull it up on a laptop. The other part is, we're certainly gonna continue to provide you hard copies if that's what you would
Yeah.
prefer.
I just know on the phone, it's kinda hard to blow out stuff up.
And I understand what you're saying, because you
Yes.
see me with my glasses on, so I certainly understand.
That Word is the worst one.
That what?
That Word, that's what I gotta use to pull something up.
You're gonna get a PDF of the packet, though. That's,
I've got a PDF, it just don't work right.
okay.
And these operators what it needs, I'm not going back the way, I don't like them anyway.
I understand, but I gotta try and figure out how I can communicate the best with all of you, so that's what we're trying to do, so you may see something on the agenda unless, I do wanna know what your will is, or what your desire as a collective body is, so I can kind of move this issue forward, or just continue to struggle.
I'll struggle.
I'll help you.
And will everybody get a number too, won't they?
What's that?
If you get a phone, everybody will get a number.
That is correct. So there will be access points for you as well, for your constituency and everything else. So, that way people aren't calling your personal phone or, that kind of thing. So it's doing business the way business is supposed to be done. That's what I'll say. And, it's certainly your right to choose to do it one way or another, but that's my recommendation as the manager.
Those phones, you're gonna be able to use them, go to different sites that you normally use this.
It's just like a computer.
So I can just turn my phone in, is that what you're saying? That ain't gonna happen.
Well,
You'll keep your personal phone
I
for
would-
personal use.
correct. I wouldn't use the city phone for personal use. That's not why you're being given a town phone.
Can they
So,
come in and check the thing, if you can let them? Anybody from LTAS or?
the answer is, it's discoverable. It's what I just said. Somebody can actually take your personal phone right now through subpoena, correct? For a,
If there's a question whether you had communications with
Correct.
somebody on the board about an office that was a violation of the sunshine law, and there was a suit filed, that could be during discovery, you could say, look, we have reason to believe that Mr. Gilliam has,
Well, they get me 5 times a week, right?
Well, so can't they still do that?
they pick on
I
trouble.
don't think you meant that. I don't think you meant that, but
Do we have any other questions about that item on the agenda, number 30, before we move on?
No.
I think you go ahead and put that on the agenda.
okay.
So I spent a lot of time the past 8 weeks working on the new website. It's a temporary website. So we've contracted with the company, revised to do the new website. It's gonna take about 6 months to do the custom, fully built website. Right now, we're gonna have a temporary one that's gonna replace the current site. It's gonna look pretty similar, but I've made some additions and some tweaks to make it more user-friendly and be able to find information. It's scheduled to start migrating to go live tomorrow, so I'm hopeful by Monday, Tuesday next week, maybe even sometime tomorrow. When you go to mountcarmeltn.gov, it'll be the new website.
Okay.
And one question I have about that, and I probably should just have looked, but is there a item on there where somebody could report a problem? I had an example of somebody asking about the street lamps. Was there a place where they could report street lamp outages or things of that nature? So is there like a contact us or report, or
The thing that we've got on our frequently asked questions, one of the things, streetlight out is a great one. We don't fix the light, AEP fix the light. So we've made a link and, here's the contact information, blah, 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 blah. We certainly can do that, but creating another level in bureaucracy for the customer doesn't help them.
Understood.
So
Understood
the answer is anything that is in our realm, that's a great suggestion for us to do something in our own internal process. If somebody wants to report, traffic issue or road issue or something like that, there should be a way of doing that. So we'll definitely take that under advisement. and do
There's
something.
a directory of departments and certain individuals and also to frequently ask questions. There's not a specific contact us form, but we can look at that.
Okay. Thank you.
And we're working on getting emails for all employees, because not every employee has an email, trying to streamline that process as professional. And that also helps us out in some other areas where we need employees to have emails, so.
Yeah, we definitely need the ability to send them all hands.
We are doing that now, so.
You were talking about emails a while ago, where all the supervisors too get a city email? For all the supervisors to get all?
Everybody in the city that's an employee will get a town email.
Okay,
Because there's no ability to communicate with the entire workforce right now. So like when I have to send out a blast information, it's a, telegraph, for lack of a better term, so.
When we started, some of us started on this board 4 years ago, the technology side was ancient. We've been trying to use resources that we could, like there's the link tree, there's different stuff, Facebook we've used. This will be able to kind of consolidate a lot of those resources into one Mount Carmel TN or mountcarmeltn.gov place where we can start pushing traffic there. We can start making sure that's, I think when we get down to number 11, we'll touch on this, but looking at even a mailer that went out that has education on there that on mountcarmeltn.gov you can do X, Y, Z, whatever that looks like. But just to really push that out there to drive people for that self-sufficiency and streamline business for us.
Absolutely.